to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there anyone wishing to address the second privilege of the floor? If you would please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Cheryl Feidler, and I live in Erie. And I'm representing two groups. And please excuse my shakiness, and I'm battling the bifocal issue and turning pages. Like I said, I'm Cheryl Feidler, and I'm back to remind you about our petition that you all have received regarding declaring Chautauqua County a sanctuary county to protect our constitutional rights. We have more names and more petitions are circulating. I also have an update that Cattaraugus County, which we patterned our petition after, has formed a resolution that they are in the process of tweaking and should be presented in August. And I also received a call today from Erie County, a lady who wants to generate one there, and I forwarded ours to her. I'm sorry, I'm not used to microphones, so I don't know what party most of you represent, but it really doesn't matter. I'm appealing to all of you as fellow Americans. If we're all honest, I can't believe there is anyone present that doesn't have at least some concern about the direction our state and county are taking. Our God-given freedoms, confirmed in our Constitution and Bill of Rights, are disappearing before our eyes. I don't know anything about your families. If you have kids, grandkids, or perhaps others you dearly care about. But if you've studied history and are paying attention to nations such as Venezuela and Cuba right now, you must be aware that under a dictatorial, socialist, or communist type of government, freedoms are erased. Is that where we're going? Personally, I have one grandson working hard to raise his family. He would like to own his own home someday. The heavy tax burdens are pushing that dream farther away. Another recently married, they would like to have a baby. Will it be safe to raise kids in this country now that law and order is being turned upside down? And sometimes criminals are protected more than we are. I have another grandson in the military who enlisted because he loves America and wants to keep us safe. I have teenage granddaughters who want to enjoy high school and go to college for an education, not an indoctrination. One has a dream to go to New York City for music, but I know folks who moved out of there because they lost their business and it's no longer safe to live there. I'm old enough to be aware of what happened in Nazi Germany, and I see what's happening right now with forced vaccinations and talks of re-education classes for those who disagree with the government. Isn't our government supposed to be we the people? Do you want yourself or a loved one forced to take a vaccination against their will? For the record, I am not against vaccinations, but I am against the forced part. We're asking you to join us in standing against tyranny. Please consider this. I'm a senior citizen, law-abiding, a far from perfect Christian, with a conservative and fairly loving view, a good neighbor. I always worked hard and pay my bills. Under the current regime, they want to label someone like me a domestic terrorist. Think about that. I have great grandkids that we're right now babysitting for a week. Quite a challenge. but I look into my great-grandkids' eyes, those trusting little eyes, and I will continue to fight as long as I'm able. And I thank you for listening.
Thank you for your comments.
Yes. My name is Shirley Lehman. I live in the town of Poland. And I'm reading about a request for a resolution supporting a constitutional sanctuary. When the New York State Legislature abdicated its responsibilities and powers in March 2020, the governor assumed them. We became a land of compliant people who had forgotten the precious and fragile nature of freedom and bowed before an authoritarian, liberty-denying state. The government tasked with ensuring our liberties became the government smothering them. Every citizen of our county is obligated to interact with the state and its mandates on a daily basis. Every citizen who resides in this county faces potential negative consequences at the hand of the state should they fail to interact in the prescribed manner. Does the state really have the authority to tell some people their work is essential and some that it is not? When you are feeding your children and paying your bills, you are essential no matter what your job is. Executive Order 202 may have been rescinded by Governor Cuomo on June 23, 2021, but many of the mandates created continue to live via agencies, codified into official rules and regulations. These stealth mandates, without legislative oversight and without public comment, are illegal. You, the duly elected legislative body of Chautauqua County, can pass a resolution to affirm this county embraces the liberties expressed in the Constitution of the United States, particularly the Bill of Rights. How odd that a resolution is necessary, but it is. How odd that supporting the Constitution and desiring to live up to its high ideals is now considered by academia, the mainstream media, and political elites to be radical. The state and federal governments each use funding as a tool of control. Funding is a noose killing local sovereignty. Governor Cuomo expects you to enforce his lawless executive orders irrespective of the unique circumstances of the citizens of this county. He couldn't care less about the liberties and the livelihoods of the people of Chautauqua County. And that is why we, the citizens of this county, expect you to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States of America and the liberties of the people who elected you. You are not alone. There are many in this county who will stand with you. You are not powerful in the eyes of the modern world. We are not powerful in the eyes of the modern world, but we are the people, and we stand with you. We urge you to join Cattaraugus County in passing a resolution declaring Chautauqua County a constitutional sanctuary. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next.
Mel McGinnis, BBR, Frewsburg, New York, reviewing the triangle of power. That triangle of power in our Constitution shows us that the citizen C is huge. Government G, small g, is small. The power resides in the citizen. The weight of the power is in the hands of the citizen. But over the last year and a half, things have become inverted. Now government is the big capital G. And the citizen is now a small s, the subject. Nothing made me feel like a subject faster from being a citizen than when I walked in to this building and was told, do you have your vaccination card? Wow. Citizen Mel immediately felt like subject Mel. We need to review the policies of what has been transpiring, because the first thing to go when there's an emergency is freedom. And that's the most valuable thing to protect. The Babylon Bee reported recently of a discovery of a new variant. It's not the Delta variant, it's the freedom variant. And it's causing people to ignore government and to live their lives free again. I'm contagious with that. And I hope that there would be a favorable response to this resolution, that we as a county can tell Albany, looking more like this, that we want our freedom back. Thank you for listening to me, and I yield back the remainder of my time.
Thank you for your comments.
My name's Ida Golden. I had a statement prepared, but it's been touched upon, so.
Could you give us your address, please?
Hunt Road, Asheville.
Thank you.
I'll just read, something that hasn't been touched upon. I am also concerned that the state and federal governments are using funding as a tool of control. This funding comes from at a price. Nothing is free. Governor Cuomo expects you to enforce these lawless executive orders. He could care less about the liberties and livelihoods of the people of Chautauqua County. When working to feed our families and paying our bills, we are essential no matter what the job is, and I urge you to oppose further lockdowns, restrictions, and medical segregation passports. And I'd like to present this to you because I have other information, so it can be put on record.
Okay, thank you for your comments. And you could present that to the clerk.
Hi, I'm Tammy Schack from DeWittville. I didn't even prepare a statement, but I was moved by listening to you all and seeing you all in the process we go through, saying the pledge and saying with liberty and justice for all. I thank you for all your service and thank the people who came tonight that are concerned citizens. I'm sure we've all had a long day and want to get home. But I'm confused as to why we need a resolution. I wish it could be explained to me why we need a resolution to enforce our constitutional rights. But since we do, I'm wondering if there's, and how you go about it, if there's any member here that I'm speaking to that would sponsor the resolution so that we could move on with it, because I think we all agree that I'm not anti anything, or I'm just pro-freedom. And I'm sure we're all pro-freedom. And I don't think we disagree on that on both sides of the aisle. And I would just like to ask, I don't know if I'm allowed to ask questions, how does it work? Can somebody sponsor a resolution just to agree that we could be a sanctuary city? I envy DeSantis in Florida, where people celebrate their freedoms and their choices. And we are America. And we all stand up and say, with liberty and freedoms and justice for all. And then we say a little speech and we go home and we're all tired and we all started early and we all end late. And it's America. We need to start really doing something, or at least finding out how to do it. How do we do it? How do we protect our freedoms? How can we have Chautauqua County be a destination where people can come and have a choice? Maybe a restaurant wants masks. Okay, let them have it. Maybe they don't. Okay, people can go there. How do we make our county American? I don't know how to do it. And I wonder if anyone here can tell me where to begin. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else for the second privilege of the floor? Hearing none, Legislator Gould.
I, at this time, Mr. Chairman, would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. And do I have a second? Second by Legislator Bankowski. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, and we're adjourned. Thank you. I think I asked her that the last time. Organization.
Recruitment time.
I just let it go.
I was watching the time too.
Yeah. Terry, how are you?